Obsession is not good, but we are human, or almost and always something is lingering in our mind, or we are just thinking about that. We cannot stay still. Why? Because a lot of things are sparking in our mind, or that is what we start thinking about that. Whatever subject comes, whatever event comes, whatever idea clicks, but we need to think about that because ultimately something is chattering back in our mind. Sometimes it start nagging, sometimes we start feeling desperate, or sometimes feel happiness. But again, obsession is always there. But what about you? When it comes to my obsession, I'm always obsessing about the communication skill. Yeah, how to enhance more, how to bring more clarity in sound, how to sounds like that should be compelling, that should be attractive. And more about that, I'm also obsessing about whosoever is studying with me. How can I enhance their capacity? That makes me happy. So this is also an obsession. Again, if you are working somewhere, it means you have obsession. You must be thinking about report, your manager, your client, and whenever it's getting year end, you must be thinking that this time my manager may promote me, or my senior management may promote me. But obsession lies everywhere. Again, but the deep obsession is not good. Sometimes it's fine, but not deep. If the intensity goes high, it means now we are at the stage that will start somewhere harming us, or creating such anxiety, or becoming anxious, and whatever you can say that creates negative sense that we should not think. But again, it matters at what intensity we are thinking. If you have been asked in the office that today you have to prepare this presentation, but that presentation is not easy because it need a lot of data to be attached. Yeah, a lot of ppt sheet, a lot of excel sheet, word sheet, many data. It's not easy, or it hadn't been told you earlier. Suddenly it came in the management mind that they need this data, and the senior management asked this to the manager, and manager asked you, and now that becomes the excessive obsession in your mind. Why? Because you can't think to deny that, or you know that there are a lot of data you need to attach, or then you need to present it. You can't present it like makeshift half cooked data. You can't present, so you need to be super mindful to present, to arrange all the data. So that becomes intensity. You will come to home, you will still open your laptop, you will forget to eat whatever your parents, your wife, your son, they're asking. You are just trying to turn a deaf ear to them. But why? That is intensive obsession. Well, if you don't fulfill that, if you don't make the data happen, if you don't create the data, or there should not be any mistake in that, well, because somebody told you it's important, it means you are liable, that you should not avoid, you should not think that let it be. You should be serious about that. You must work upon it meticulously, or that becomes excessive obsession. So there comes many kinds of obsession. Obsession is not bad, but at the same time in our life it becomes something that somewhere start crippling us, creating anxiety in our mind. But anyway, we are human, we have emotions. Sometimes a situation comes, we can't deny that, and we must fight with that, we must conquer. Well, so it is the day Monday. After 2 days gap, somebody gets only 1 day, but the most of people, they have great privilege. They get 2 days holidays, Saturday and Sunday. But the majority of people, they have a still working day on the Saturday, or they have alternate Saturday holiday. One Saturday off, another Saturday working, or that is how it happens. But today it's Monday, or everybody needs to go to office, they have to do work, or after 2 days of holiday we becomes lethargic. We are not that excited, and nobody wants to go to the office. If there is 2 days holiday, or now today you are getting ready early in the morning, you have to wake up. So last Saturday, Sunday, you got privilege to sleep up too late, but today you should not. Why? Because you have to report office on time, it's been 2 days, or there must be some pending job in your bucket from the Friday, and you are again obsessing about that. Now, well, that report is still in my bucket. That is still pending. I need to present today by the by 10 a.m. or 12 a.m. or by the afternoon or post the lunch. But again, you started obsessing about that. You even you wanted to sleep little more because Saturday Sunday when you slept, nobody were there to wake you up. You were your own order. But today, Monday, you can't avoid that. Even before sleeping, it was clicking in your mind that today I have to set an alarm so that I should not miss waking up early in the morning. And you did all those things. Even many people, they set multiple alarm. Why? Because they know once one alarm goes up, they might turn it up. Oh, let me sleep for a few minutes. Another alarm, let me sleep for a few minutes. Again snooze. But third alarm, fourth alarm, you cannot avoid. Suddenly you wake up, you get ready, and everything happen instantly. Yep, everything happen instantly. Or you are doing everything on the fly. Even sometime you don't care about the breakfast. If you are getting little late, you know that you had a pending job on Monday, sorry, on Friday, so that you have to cover today. Nobody knows, it's your responsibility, and you are thinking these all things in your mind, or that becomes obsession. So obsession never goes. We can't get rid of this, or that is what it's kinds of obsession. But again, I'm just circling back. Everybody has different profile. Everybody has different responsibility. Even the mother, they are household, they are housewife. They don't need to go. She doesn't need to go anywhere. But again, she has obsession before sleeping on Sunday that Monday her child need to go to school. She has to wake up early in the morning before everybody, or get ready everything. She rushed to the kitchen. She did do all that management. If she had to prepare chapati, she need to take flour, with flour, put in somewhere in the uh, any pan, pour water, knead the dough, get it ready, uh, roll that chapati, put it on the pan and flip it up. Whatever process comes, she will do, and simultaneously they know well that not I'm doing one thing. Before that, they will put something in another pan so that it is getting ready, like any another item, vegetable or whatever she is cooking. Because one thing is not sufficient, and when it comes to lady, they are super curious about their or about her child health. So she wants to cook everything up to the mark that should be super healthy for the child. So keeping it in her mind, every item, every recipe they have already prepared in mind, or they are, or he or so she is cooking or getting ready, making everything ready on the fly. So she has also obsession. Even though once her daughter or son goes to a school, then she's okay. She has sufficient time. She might watch TV, talk with a relative, or whatever another pending job is there in the kitchen or house. She is liable to do that. Everybody depends. Whatever job you are doing does not matter. But the matter is here, whatever work lies in your bucket, you are responsible for that. Or yet that becomes one of the obsession point for everybody whosoever is at the age of responsibility, like after 20, 25, 30. Because at the teenager or toddler, we don't have responsibility. Only we have to think about the taking a bath, getting ready, eating, or asking for something to the parents. But once we grow up, like we get married, we have some son, daughters, we become responsible. At the time it start when we started obsessing about everything. Or now time comes where we are liable and we cannot avoid. Yep, we cannot turn a deaf ear for anything in our life. We become responsible. But what about when we were teenager? There were no responsibility. We were only dependent on the guardian, on the relative, and whatever we needed, we asked, and it was available for us. But this cycle lies in everybody's life. Once we are teenager, another cycle goes, and we becomes older, we become guardian, and then we are in guardianship. Now responsibility comes and we start thinking about that. And this is what, when we are children, when we are teenager, it doesn't click in our mind. Or when somebody, some guardian, relative, friends, colleague, they ask us to study, focused on a study, but I don't know why. At the time, it doesn't click in our mind. At the time, we feel like everybody is there, everything available. Why should we study? Why should we squander time studying? Let's go hang out with friends, enjoy watching TV. Earlier, when we were growing up, at the time, there was no TV, there was no mobile phone, no internet. So we used to be curious at the evening. Let's go play with play physically in the river, in the field, cricket, football. There used to be different kinds, different varieties of play. At the time we used to play, but at the time it was physical, not online, no internet. These all things were not available there. But what about today? Even sitting somewhere in the corner in the room, if the parents are not there, children are just sitting in rows and watching all the game playing, or likewise they are super engrossed into that. These all things today that we have tools, these all tools are just making us enslaved or squandering a student's time, or a student's mind is being diverted. They are not at the platform there they want. They are going astray. Yeah, their mindset is derailed. Somewhere one layer they have ingrained, or they are just trying to satisfy, not learning, just squandering time. Or nowadays there are many functionality. They have some group, he's a student, he's a colleague, like a school friend sitting somewhere at his home, or somebody is sitting somewhere else. By the distance also they get connection, or they are playing game on the mobile. There are many functions nowadays. This advanced technology came in existence to help the human. No doubt it's kinds of evaluation. There are many things that becomes easy. Whatever cumbersome job we used to have earlier, now it becomes simple. But what about another part? It added some advantage, but what advantage it added, the more beyond that disadvantage is being added in our life. Everybody, not the teenager, not the student. Why I'm focused about the student? Because their life is to study. So if they are watching, it means somewhere this time will not come. Nobody can bring back bygone days. What about us? Suppose we have time, we did all those things. A few minutes, a few hours, we can watch, we can see news, we can whatever such entertainment thing comes, we can do that. But what about those? They are also more concerned about playing game, about watching YouTube video, about watching cartoon, and that is why their time is being squandered. They are not at all aware that what will happen down the line, what will happen in the future. Whatever guardian, teacher, they are guiding them, they are suggesting them. So their suggestion, their advice turned out to be futile. There is no consideration. They are always thinking, then when parents are not here, when somebody is not here, so that I can get a chance, I should be alone and I'll play game. I'll see something in my phone, I will chat with my friend, and somewhere gradually this habit start ingraining. It becomes hardwired in their mind, and even though down the line they want to get rid of this problem, it's not easy. It becomes intractable problem. Yep, but it is not at the starting. It gives great pleasure, and whenever they are doing these all things, see, we are human. Whatever things that is not good in our life, that gives super soothing idea. We try to relish the time, but we never understand that down the line this habit, we are like getting obsession, we are addicted of something. It means later on it will somewhere inflict us. It will be hard not to crack, to get rid of this. So that becomes one of the pathetic or terrible habit that even we want to get rid of, we cannot do that. Why? Because it is meant in the way. Nowadays these all tools that are being invented. Why? Because the people, they are inventing, they want us to sit engrossed to it, to sit glued to it, or that is what their job is this. But we are not understanding that. We are just getting the psychology, or just engrossing in the TV, mobile phone, whatever you say, whatever you name. These all are the situations that nowadays we are engrossed in. So obsession, this obsession is coming anyhow in our life, or somewhere it is squandering our time. Instead of that, there comes many great resources that might be learned, that may be learned, or that can be learned online. Many people, they are so sensitive, they know well, instead of wasting time, they watch something that may help them down the line to grow or advance their mindset. But no, it becomes hard for all people. Only a handful of people, they are super sensitive about their career, about their lifestyle, about their personality. They are well aware, or these people are only able to gain something, a handful of people. But what about the majority of people? The majority of people, they are not in that pace, or they are just going derail, they are squandering time. These all things are persisting, but they are not understanding, and that becomes down the line an intractable problem. So anyhow, now it's been evening, or sun has almost set, or it's the light is dwindling, and I believe now it's time to go home. These all idea that was clicking my mind. See, being a communicator, being a spoken teacher, or being an English learner, we must speak something that we may, or we should know how to explore something. We should know how to explore idea, knowledge, so that we may, whenever time comes, we should speak about any topic, does not matter what. But once we are in habit, we are super able to speak about anything that comes in our life. Thank you and bye bye.